fucking schizo freak. Those are rad. We're doing another one. We're doing so this is very early days, but it is booked. The venue is booked. We're gonna be doing like we're gonna like have the venue the whole day, from like 2 p.m. until close. We're gonna like be allowed to like do sort of shit. So like we're gonna have like 8 hours, you know. So obviously the show itself is only like an hour and a half, and so we're gonna have I mean, we're still just like thinking of ideas. If you have any ideas for what you would do with like GoldenEye set up at a bar, like we're thinking like we maybe teach people how to do an easy speed run. Maybe we put Perfect Dark in. We can get people a world record and get them Duel 3. You know. Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Need a long, deep chat somehow with Luke. You need that, or I need that? Because I can do that. I know the guy. I'm friends with the guy. But, yeah. Luke will probably be involved. But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Luke will be there. Cal will probably be there. Stale Beeflet should be there. The whole crew should be on deck, and that's going to be May 31st. So that's coming up. But yeah, if anyone's in Melbourne, it's kind of like out. It's not like in the city. It's not pretty central, but yeah, that's coming up. That's gonna be, and obviously we're gonna be trying to stream the whole thing. We had a lot of issues with the streaming. In the first run of shows, but we're gonna try and figure out how to make that not so shitty. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Let me read this. Okay, so I don't know. Is this Decal's lawyer? He's going to try and make sure the retraction is seen more than the original video. So his goal is to make sure that the video that has the retraction in it gets more views than the original video, which would prove that, you know, more people saw the retraction. So therefore, it's okay because they saw the retraction. It had a bigger influence. This ignores the fact that watch time dramatically drops off. You know, most people don't watch the whole video. They click off after a certain point. So when you bury it at the end of an unrelated video, most people are going to go, I don't give a fuck about this. I just care about Dark Souls, and then close the video. So this is sort of nonsense, but I guess he's inquiring whether this would be a helpful point. Let me just go back a bit.
My retraction, and that if only I had just made a retraction, this entire thing would have...
That's right. That's right. He's saying if you'd just done a retraction, the whole thing would be avoided. No, I think the lawsuit was always going to go ahead. That's what I believe. But he could have much stronger argument in court had he done this properly.
But that's just not the case. I wanted the retraction to get as many views as possible.
Bullshit.
I even said as much to my lawyers at the time, and ultimately it did. My retraction got far more views than the original video, but it was clear from Billy...
Oh, hold on. This is a little disingenuous. He almost got this, he almost slipped this past me. So, turn up the color vid 20%. I can do that. 20% of what? So I'm in VLC and it's currently at 40%. Should I bump it up to 60%? Would that be better? I'm glad that we got an hour in to this reaction and analysis. We're not even halfway through the video. Alright, I bumped up Carl. Okay, so this is a little disingenuous. He tried to slip a little thing by us here. So, if you look at this, He's claiming that he tried to make sure the reaction got more views than the original video. Right? That's his claim. Now, let's ignore the fact that he put it at the end of a video unrelated to Billy Mitchell, and that the audiences for those two videos are going to be drastically different, since most people watch videos not because they're subscribed to someone, they just watch them based on recommendations, right? That's every fucking YouTuber always says it. Only 5% of my viewers are subscribed, so be sure to subscribe. No one subscribes anymore. People just watch recommended videos, right? The almighty algorithm. Exactly. Welcome to the stream, viewers. So, let's ignore that. Let's ignore the fact that watch time drops off dramatically, that people click off the video before the end. So, let's ignore all of those factors and just accept that the raw view count on the video is what's important here, okay? Even if you accept that, Carl posts this screenshot. I gotta move my webcam. Carl posts this screenshot, right? Carl posts this screenshot of the video where he makes the retraction. And it has, you can see it has 2.7 million views 3 years ago, right? And so he doesn't post a screenshot of the video that has the offending statement. But he says down here, the original video had 500k views before the incorrect information was removed. So, his argument is that because this Dark Souls video in 3 years has amassed 2.7 million views, that's more views than the original video, which only had 500k views before I took out the offending statement. That's very disingenuous. That's very disingenuous, because, like, he set, like, an end point where his original video can no longer accumulate views, but he hasn't for this video that he's using to make this argument. You know, this can grow forever, you know. If he takes the screenshot 10 years from now, this could say 15 million views, right? So I think it's a little disingenuous to sort of, like, compare these two numbers. You can't really compare them. You need to set, like, a comparable, like, time period. How many views did this get in a comparable time period? You know. And then let's add in all those other problems that I already mentioned about different people are going to be viewing this compared to his original video. You know, this isn't his audience that watches for his Billy Mitchell stuff. Obviously, there's going to be overlap, maybe a lot of overlap, but there's going to be people that are just here for the Dark Souls. So he's created content that attracts a different set of viewers. And then, you know, and then he's put it right at the end, and it's unrelated, and watch time drops off, all this other shit. So, yeah, as Alka says, you know, people stop watching. When the credits roll, people turn it off. And so, when the bit about Dark Souls is over, they turn it off, click something else. Personally, I always, like, watch to the very end, personally, but that's just me.
Far more views than the original video, but it was clear from Billy even before I made the retraction that it wasn't going to affect his actions in any way.